This happened when I was about 22 years old. I had been going to horror experiences as a group for a while at the time. It was a lot of fun until this happened. There were 5 of us in the group, and we traveled to scary places all over the country, exploring places like abandoned houses or haunted places. Along the way, we occasionally saw ghosts, experienced mysterious things, but for the most part, there was nothing to be worried about. Then one day, the leader of the group called to say that he had found something a little more out of the ordinary this time. A man had reached out to him, saying that something horrifying was living in his house, and that we should come and see it. He wouldn't tell us what it was, but we were curious and eager to see it, so we decided to visit. That day, we packed our bags and set off for the house. After a 5-hour drive, we arrived at the house. It was an ordinary house, and when we entered, we were greeted by a middle-aged man. He was living alone. He began to tell us about the creature that lived in his house. With sparkling eyes, he explained excitedly what a strange creature it was. We were full of curiosity. He told us that one day, while hunting in the forest, he came across the creature that he had never seen before in his life, and the moment he saw it, he knew it wasn't an animal nor human. The creature was wounded and bleeding, and its blood was brown. He captured it and brought it home and tied it up. The creature didn't drink water, it didn't eat bread, vegetables, fruit, or anything else. It would only eat live animals. It would eat and digest the whole thing, including every drop of blood and bone. So the man went out hunting every day and brought back animals to feed the creature. It had an amazing appetite, devouring animals every day, and the man said he was exhausted from hunting every day. But his expression seemed excited while saying this. He didn't tell anyone about it because he was afraid that if he called the police, they would take the creature away. And if he spoke to the media, someone would definitely come and steal it. Then he said he was only showing it to us because he thought it would be okay for people like us. His story was hard to believe until we saw it with our own 2 eyes. After a while, he led us to the basement. When we entered the basement, there was a chained creature we had never seen before. It looked like a man, but it had large, sharp bones sticking from every bone in its body, and its skin was made of a hard, plastic-like material. It had large, wide teeth. As soon as it saw us, it started hopping mad, drooling sticky yellow saliva. We were terrified that it would break the chain. The man laughed and said, "It's amazing, isn't it? I've never fed it human meat before. It probably won't even be a bite for him." We were all terrified and tried to take pictures, but the man wouldn't let us. So we stood there, completely blown away by the sight, when suddenly he shoved our backs toward the creature. One of my friends, Lila, actually got close enough to be grabbed by it, but managed to get away. The man let out a short sigh of regret, and we yelled at him, "What are you doing?" Another friend, Brady, became enraged and punched the man in the face, but the man was an incredibly strong man, and Brady couldn't take him down. He grabbed Brady and threw him at the monster, which bit down on Brady's leg. There was a tremendous crunch and the sound of a bone breaking, with Brady's scream shaking the basement. My friends barely managed to pull Brady to safety, and his leg was badly crushed and torn. I was outraged and managed to tackle the man. I knocked him down and began punching him ferociously in the face, and my friends joined in. The man's face was eventually covered in blood, and we quickly gave first aid to Brady. The creature was screaming a bizarre noise and seemed to be amused. We quickly got out of there and went to the hospital. The doctor looked at Brady's leg and asked what happened, and when we told him about the monster, he didn't believe us. Luckily, Brady was treated and he was fine. But to this day, his leg is covered with some very serious scars. We called the police and the man was punished. But the police seemed to keep the monster's existence a secret. Since then, our meetings are over, and we've continued to search for the creature, but have never found out its true identity.